With foodborne illness outbreaks making headlines, some shoppers are being extra cautious.
It's bothersome, so that's why I make sure that I clean all my vegetables and fruit.
We do buy organic as much as we possibly can.
Those are good moves, but they aren't enough to protect you. The CDC says tens of millions of Americans get sick from contaminated food every year, some of it organic. Last year, recalls linked to E. coli, salmonella, and listeria jumped 41% compared to the year before, and related hospitalizations and deaths more than doubled.
For seniors, very young children, or anyone with a compromised immune system, even consuming a very small amount of this bacteria can be life-threatening.
Consumer Reports has identified the top offenders from last year: leafy greens and deli meat, onion, cucumbers, and organic carrots and organic basil, eggs, raw milk cheese, and soft cheeses like queso fresco. Contamination can happen anywhere along the food chain, on the farm, during processing, even in your own kitchen.
Recent budget cuts could limit what the food agencies can do. That's why it's so important to know how to protect yourself at home.
To minimize risk, always cook meat to the right internal temperature using a thermometer. Use separate cutting boards for raw meat and produce. Clean surfaces thoroughly. And skip rinsing raw meat, which can spread bacteria. Store meat on the lowest shelf of the fridge and never leave food out for longer than 2 hours or 1 hour if it's hot outside. Consumer Reports says that there are other common foods that can carry risks too. Raw sprouts, shellfish like oysters, even uncooked flour and unpasteurized juices have all been linked to outbreaks.
Yeah. A lot of healthy stuff on that list.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
Say.
I'm not saying don't eat your greens. Just make sure you run them through the wash.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realize that, though, Steve. I think one of my worst food poisoning bouts years ago was through a smoothie.
Yeah.
So definitely clean everything, follow Steve's advice, because sometimes the healthiest items can make you really sick.
And the one that really makes me start to think is keeping meat on the lower level. That way it doesn't drip onto any of the food. That's
Yes.
in there.
Oh, gosh.
Because we've all had something kind of thaw and get nasty down there. You just want to make sure that you keep it in a spot where it can't touch anything else.
Good advice. Makes us squirm, but that's good.
And you get the meat thermometer, seriously.
Yes.
It drives people crazy, but I wait until that thing hits exactly what it's supposed to hit.
Good job, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve,
Come eat at my
thanks.
house.
Yes.
Things are safe.
All right, we're going there later.
Yeah.